Hello, all my chickadees! Welcome back to my nest! Today we're going to be continuing our playthrough of the Groom of Gallagher Mansion. We managed to get one ending where, spoiler, we all die. But it was kind of a happy ever after, you know? There's three more endings to get, so, we're going to be jumping around to try to get the other three if we can. And if you haven't watched the other parts, I suggest you pop on over and check them out up on channel so you'll be all caught up. And here we go. Okay, we're gonna pick up in the greenhouse because from what I gathered, this is where everything starts. This is how our choices begin. We were picking our flowers for our bouquet, our wedding bouquet, and we get the rose, zinnia, or lyre-flower. We're gonna go with the rose this time. The rose is always a classic choice. Red means love, right?
Red on a rose means true love, undying love, eternal love.
Well, that's perfect for us then, right? Because, our groom is undying. He's dead, but he's still here. Okay. Sounds about right. Taylor had me flick through a few books on flower language over the years, hoping we could lure out some ghosts with the right blooms, but I can never keep the meaning straight in my head. Maybe Elias was the type? Red rose were easy. Would he know more? Yes, I think it's the perfect choice for us then. Do we have a vase?
Of course.
With a flick of his wrist, a pile of dust on the other side of the room collapses, and in his grasp he holds a perfectly clean, nearly translucent glass vase.
Acceptable?
Oh, much more than acceptable. And something to cut the flowers? Oh, and gloves to handle the thorns?
Of course.
He provides me with the tools I need and set to work. Do I need to trim the stems before putting them in the vase? I think there was a trick for removing the thorns. If I knew it, it's long gone.
Careful. Simply go slowly, and the rose will happily let its guard drop.
I guide the knife he provided slowly up the stem, as parallel as possible, and when the blade hit a thorn, it cuts through like butter.
There you are. See? Not a thing to be afraid of. Not a moment that needs to be rushed.
The whole day has been a rush, hasn't it? Sure, in a sense, I've literally met a ghost after years of trying, but also all the pressure. I had less than 48 hours to prepare for my own wedding, even if it was all fake. All the sudden research, all the desperate planning, and not a breath in between. My hands slow to a crawl, and I savor the moment, pruning each thorn one by one. They fall to the greenhouse floor, decorating the tile in reddish-green points. Eventually, there are no more thorns to prune. I add another rose to the vase, hoping it looks okay, then another.
Splendid! Now, did you have thoughts on accoutrements? Accent flowers, that is.
What goes good with roses? Oh, right, this is just half a dozen roses. Not a full bouquet. I hadn't thought about it. If Elias is that into flowers, would you suggest some for us?
My pleasure and my honor. First, some baby's breath.
Fake the flower language. If you get it right, he'll be happy. If you get it wrong, he'll have the joy of correcting you.
Taylor's voice hisses in my ear. Baby's breath. That's something about youth, correct?
In this bouquet, more a symbol of innocence and purity.
Oh, I hope he doesn't get weird about purity because I definitely cannot meet Victoria's standards.
They work stunningly when used sparingly. One may expect that their small size must be bolstered by great numbers, but that's simply not true.
I try to take his advice. The little white flowers slip between the roses, resting like snowflakes suspended mid-fall. Elias could make roses bloom in winter, couldn't he? I think about what an odd wedding that would be, but his hands continue guiding mine, raising the baby's breath up a smidge.
Do you see how that little bit of elevation gives the whole bouquet a sense of dynamism? Personality.
How much is a smidge? Here?
Here.
He reaches out his hand. His hand flows through the stems, through the petals, and through my fingers, lifting my hand, along with the flowers, ever so gently. Ah!
Just like that.
And would we like more flowers in the bouquet?
Yes, I think so. What would you say to lemon balm?
I'd ask how closely related they are to lemons.
There's Taylor with the snark. Again. Of course. Okay, if they're called lemon balm, are they yellow?
Only some leaves, green and small. Perfect for filling in the gaps and adding a rich aroma.
I was wrong. Do they mean something about sweetness? Probably best not to ask about sourness.
Sympathy and compassion. Though speaking of sweetness, these leaves do make a nice tea.
Oh, we should try some later. Perhaps you could brew us a few cups when we're done here? Yes. Haha.
Oh, what an excellent idea. Yes, I think we shall have that lemon balm tea.
Alright, let's save some of this for the kettle. I tucked some of the leaves around the edges of the vase and followed Elias's suggestion with the baby's breath. I make sure to raise some up too. I try to keep it beneath the more exciting flowers, but every now and then I make sure a few little buds of baby's breath barely peek out from the bottoms of the lemon balm. Elias watches me with a polite smile, the same one I've seen so many times now, but his eyes are brighter, giving him away again. This time, he's trying to downplay his joy. Would you like to help arrange?
I would love to.
And Elias returns his hands to the vase, carefully making sure that what he adds complements what I've composed. And even though I've never done this before, even though I've never looked so closely at a bouquet, I can tell what I've touched and what he's touched. And honestly, altogether it looks pretty good.
Lovely.
Thank you.
I think one last flower, and you should choose, my dear.
He shows me two different flowers, one of flat, delicate yellow petals, and another of thin, wispy strands of purple. I don't recognize either. If it's my choice again, I choose to savor it, to roll the flowers around in my head and let them delight me. Why not? I don't have to understand their meanings to find them beautiful. The yellow ones. Aw. You know I would have chose the purple ones if they would have gave us a choice for those.
The yarrow. Excellent.
I'm gonna have to look up all these flowers. Yarrow. What is the yarrow? I'm looking it up. I'm curious. And this is yarrow. Okay. Little yellow flowers. They didn't tell us what the other ones were, but, you know, I guess this complements red okay. We got red, white, and green in there. Okay. Let's continue. I admit that I'm unfamiliar with these.
A symbol of everlasting love.
Of course.
Again?
Tyler's like, all of them can't be a symbol of everlasting love. I chose everlasting love twice. Double eternity. I try not to think about it. They're only flowers after all. Elias and I return our hands to the bouquet, adding the final touches.
The flowers look absolutely gorgeous, my dear. But still nowhere near as lovely as you.
Aww. Thank you, Elias. Thank you, Elias. I can feel my heart hammering in my chest. They're just plants. Innocent little flowers. flowers with too many meanings. Too many promises.
Is something the matter, dearest? You look a bit pale.
I must admit that I am a bit tired. Would it be alright for me to rest a little before we continue preparing for the ceremony?
Of course. You mustn't exert yourself too much. Please feel free to choose any room on the ground floor. Though, you'll have to excuse the state of disarray it may be in.
Thank you, my love.
And do not worry about the mess here. I shall clean up and rejoin you after I check something in the study.
Elias bows as I turn to leave the greenhouse. Yeah, I don't trust the second floor. After the other ending, I don't trust the second floor. It freaking collapsed and killed us. My steps feel heavy as I return to the hallway. I wasn't expecting floral arrangements to be that intense.
Hey, are you doing all right now?
I'll live.
Might be time to see what you can get up to before your rendezvous with Elias.
I nod my head as if Taylor can somehow see me through the earpiece. Back to where it all began. The dust isn't so thick now, and while it doesn't look all too fabulous compared to the rest of the place, it looks a little less uninviting. Okay.
On the second floor.
Okay, we've seen this before. So we're gonna be investigating soon.
Anything?
Okay, we have seen this before.
Tell me. Haha! Bingo! I find.
Let's see. Can we skip this area? We've already looked here before. Well, Violet.
I'm starting to think.
Goodness. Are you quite alright?
Okay. Let's see. Is this where we need to pick out different things? Stay in the dining room, return to the study. Oh yeah. I guess we've already been to both of them. This is what we did last time. I'm sure you'll perform well in the bedroom. What sort of things strike your fancy? Oh yeah, we're talking about what he likes in bed. Elias stops fidgeting as he calms down.
Oh, plenty of things. Like the flowers from earlier, reading books, writing, drinking tea. The list can go on and on, really.
Holy shit! He's so innocent! This is hilarious!
It's not hilarious, Taylor. It's adorable. I want to hit Taylor so bad right now. But I can't really reach through my earpiece and strangle him from here, so I'll bite the inside of my mouth. That's lovely, dear. But I meant your interest in a more intimate scene.
Intimate? Oh, heavens. This really isn't something to discuss out of wedlock. Please, I'm really only interested in satisfying my partner. Now, may we please return to the wedding preparations?
Look at that face. He's like, please, please, let's not talk about this no more. We have to wait until we're in wedlock. Why, yes, of course.
I initially came to find you so I could ask what flavor of cake you would like.
Okay, this is the... let's pick lemon and lavender.
An excellent choice. You have the most wonderful taste, my dear. Please, let me handle the remainder.
Okay, I think this is where we choose to investigate, right?
If take what?
Wait.
Assume you have. Maybe. So, is it at least?
Wait. What does it say here?
So, how are you feeling? Maybe we should go over everything we've learned so far. Assume you have a little.
Elias has been nothing but a complete gentleman to me. Shame about the rest of the house, but his heart seems to be in the right place.
If you say so.
He is quite impressive at making bouquets. Maybe I am too? Should we take this back to campus?
Take what? Ghostly flower arrangements?
Yeah. Yeah, somebody's got to be interested, and there's no flower club at the university. It's an avenue, at least.
There has to be more that you found. Please?
Oh, come on. Ghostly flower arrangement sounds bomb. Just teasing. Of course there's more. The sighting of Violet in the dining room was a lot. Like, a lot.
I know, and I didn't even see it.
I think that in that brief moment, I hated her.
Whoa.
Why shouldn't I? She shouldn't be here. She shouldn't be haunting Elias. She is the true danger. And truth be told, I don't know if her spirit's actually here at all. She might be simply a figment of Elias's memory.
So Elias is the true danger then?
No, that's not what I said.
You're starting to worry me.
Then there's what happened just now.
I still can't believe you managed to find his smut collection.
I didn't mean to, I swear. I just picked a book up at random.
I would have loved to see the look on his face. Though you really didn't have to ask him his favorite sex position afterwards.
Yes, we did. It was already awkward, so I kind of just wanted to see what happened, you know? I ended up laughing a bit too, despite myself. Anyways, I wonder why he had a box full of mirror shards. It just seemed so out of place in his room.
I couldn't tell you anything about it. Maybe the dude's just a weirdo.
Or maybe something important broke and he kept the shards. I don't think he's like that.
Are you seriously starting to feel something for Elias? Because I'm starting to think he's casting some kind of magic on you to make you feel connected to him.
Taylor, are you in here investigating? No, you were chicken and you stayed in the car. So, if we start feeling things for the dashing Elias who is being so gentlemanly towards us, it's our business and you don't have a right to judge. Yes, I'm still bitter about Taylor lying to us and sending us in on our own.
Honestly, and I mean it this time, I want you to leave this place. There's something very wrong going on. Nothing we read said anything like this would happen.
Taylor, calm down. I know this isn't what we expected, but what were we expecting exactly? Be honest, did you think this would actually pan out? 3 years of failure, and now we're finally here. We've got what we wanted. We planned so much, have fantasized so much about what we do when we finally met a restless spirit. We try our best to soothe them, to help them move on, to bring out the happiness they lost, to finish their unfinished business. Now that we have the opportunity, shouldn't we do what we said we'd do all along? Maybe we can help him move on.
Please, we don't know what kind of tricks he has up his sleeve. I don't want you to fall for anything he might be up to.
I won't, I promise. Am I even sure Elias is up to anything besides trying to wed me? And I will break Elias's heart any further. Really be better than going through with all this? The next thing to do is pick out some jewelry, and then we're ready to go. The wedding will probably be at dawn. Maybe just before? I don't know for sure. Do you want me to Little beep echoes in my ear.
Bud?
Oh, battery's dead.
What? You didn't?
Of course we didn't bring a charger. Okay.
I appreciate your...
Yeah, we've seen this.
Just a moment. Here we...
Yay, we get to choose. We're gonna choose the ring again.
A perfect fit. Like it was made for you.
It's quite gorgeous. Is there a story behind this ring? A bright smile blooms on Elias's face as he kisses my hand, the diamond sparkling on my finger.
My grandfather held a high post as a military officer.
Okay,
He
we
was
have
humble
seen
and
this.
why, during Indeed, that's when a yet
We have
regardless
seen
of
this
how
one
much
before.
I must confess something to you. I doubt that it will affect you now, but
I brace myself. I have no idea what he plans to tell me.
I adore you. But my mere existence is a blight. My polite mannerisms and lavish clothing are merely a thin veneer over the fact that I am weak, hideous, and undeserving of my status.
Elias, don't say such awful things about yourself. You've never had the tools to succeed in a world that measures you by your productivity. Without even considering the barriers that hold you back, you were thrown into the meat grinder without emotional support or physical ability to meet the challenge head on. I take a breath to steady myself. The system was not made with people like you in mind, or how could you be expected to succeed when you're pitted against people who don't face the same struggles? And despite past neglect, you've always been hopeful. That is far more admirable in my eyes.
You are far too kind. I appreciate your words greatly, however.
Elias grips me tighter as if afraid I might run off.
The truth is, I was congenitally malformed.
Huh? Malformed? I took another look at Elias, squinting. At a glance, I could see nothing amiss. He seemed to have all his limbs, fingers, ears, eyes, and nose. His clothing betrayed no alteration in form or function.
It's not immediately apparent, thanks to years of learning to adapt around my condition, but it's true. My feet are malformed, were malformed at birth, and so in life. I had difficulty walking. Compounding that was a general sense of malaise that never improved over time.
Oh. That's crazy. Well, he has a ghost tail right now, so I'm sure it doesn't bother him anymore, but wow. Elias pauses, gaze never leaving mine, yet looking past me all the same.
The family doctor had diagnosed the malaise as what was commonly known as a nervous disorder at the time, a condition which had then only recently been christened as multiple sclerosis.
Ooh. Oh dear, dang.
Being that both my congenital deformity and acquired nervous disorder are incurable, my continued existence proved to be a great burden that only grew over time.
I'm so sorry. Wow, he really was sickly. My apologies felt so inadequate, but I don't know what else to say. What am I even apologizing for? My gaze turns to the side as I think of something better to say. On its own, being ill is nothing to be sorry for. It's not within anyone's control. But when the systems and people that should have provided support fail a person with an incurable condition, it truly is regrettable. Elias was confined to bed even though the condition itself would have been managed with proper support. Because his siblings never had needed that kind of support, that alone was enough to condemn Elias to an isolated life of hardship.
My birth itself was difficult and caused my mother quite a lot of grief. I don't blame her for any resentment left over from that. But it wasn't all bad. I consider it a blessing that my condition could be easily obscured, so I wouldn't bring further shame to the family name.
We both glanced down to where his feet would otherwise be, now replaced by ghostly, translucent tail.
Tell me, several decades have passed since my death. Surely both science and medicine have marched forward during that time. Are there cures now for the conditions I had in life? I hate to consider that anyone may still be suffering from these afflictions.
I'm afraid that doctors still haven't found a cure for multiple sclerosis. We know a lot more about it now, though. Some think it's an autoimmune disorder, and we can manage the symptoms. Some researchers have even believed they pinpointed the cause, though that is still to be seen. And then surgeons can provide prosthetics. Artificial limbs, that is. Vast strides have been made for prosthetics since the Great War. It's an option if people can afford it. I manage a genuine smile at him. There are whole practices dedicated to learning how to live with and use a new limb, fitting prosthetics for individual patients, therapies for regaining physical strength and social integration. There's so much to be hopeful for now. Elias closes his eyes, bowing his head.
I see. That is a small comfort, I suppose.
Being disabled does not make your life something to be ashamed of, Elias. You did the best with what you had, and I still intend to wed you, my dear. Ah. Elias takes in a breath, regaining his composure while loosening the grip on my hand.
Let us dispel such unpleasantness now. Shall we take our leave for the ceremony?
I do my best to nod and smile, the weight of his words still heavy in my heart. My arm wraps around his. We shall. We exit his bedroom together and go down the stairs one last time. My new accessory added weight to my every step.
Soon we shall be wed, my darling, and we'll have all of eternity together. Are you excited?
I'm excited for the prospect that the roof won't collapse this time. Elias sure seems to be. I don't know how to answer that. Whether I should be sincere and tell him the truth or continue the charade. At the very least, I can confidently say there's no way Elias is capable of expressing malice towards others. He's too sweet. Too naive, almost. Elias deserved better. Deserves better. But I'm not the one he deserves. These feelings I have had for him can only be described as pity. Oh, come on. He's a sweetie. I can't love him the way he wants me to. The way he needs me to. Not today, at least. It's too soon for me to mean those 3 words he desperately needs to hear. An insincere declaration of love to Elias Gallagher would surely be a sin worse than murder.
My love, what's on your mind?
Oh no, are we gonna leave him at the altar? Nothing, I mean... I really am a bad actor in the end. With everything that has happened, is about to happen, I must be feeling the entire range of human emotions right now, my beloved. Nervous, excited, and so full of dread. We return to the foyer, where this whole night began. Elias glides along the floor while I do my best to keep up with him, trying not to arouse suspicion. He places his hand on the door behind the steps and turns to me.
Are you ready, my love? I have worked...
Okay, we have seen
Excellent.
the foyer.
Family and today we are long.
Okay, I am
let
skipping
the
areas
memories
we
of
have seen
betrayal.
before.
Love has triumphed.
If you want to see this, I suggest watching a former part. I think it was part 3 that we covered the wedding.
Do you, Elias Gallagher, in sickness and
I do.
in sickness and in
Stop! Taylor made it in again.
Who?
Oh no, so it's gonna end the same way as
I
before.
should have told you the truth.
My dear. Taylor.
Oh, have I?
Oh, we're telling him.
They didn't act, but we did our. They aren't act so stuck. Elias, you should be mad at me.
My dear.
Yeah. Besides, do you even realize what rushing into marriage?
We've seen this before.
Rushed,
Oh
Mom.
no, are we getting the same ending?
I'm jealous.
Oh. Me.
It's true. I've wanted to but you were such a good friend. A kind... I was scared to lose that. But...
What a How could I not be moved? But, my dear, I need you to tell me the truth. What did you come here for?
Oh, we are telling him the truth. It's gonna be the same ending as
But not your
before.
demeanor. You got to.
Oh,
No.
I can't say that it doesn't hurt. I'm not sure if I will ever. And yet, I am. This day. What? I want our. Will you learn to love me, in joy and despair, until the end of time and be.
Oh, it is different! Yay!
Taylor, please. Where we go from here?
Okay, I thought it was the same thing, but it is slightly different. We did tell him the truth. I asked for your forgiveness. I can't say that I didn't mean to deceive you, but I regret it. Though I don't regret meeting you. I only wish it could have happened under better circumstances.
I can't say that it doesn't hurt. I'm not sure if I will ever see you in the same way again. And yet, I am glad we met as well. This day, it was perhaps the best day of my life. And death.
Yeah, he was so happy.
I hate that it must end this way.
Must it? Look at the surprise. Surprise Pikachu face. You're also correct when you've said I got to truly know you. And you've been nothing but kind and loving towards me this whole time. I do want to be with you, Elias.
What?
If you'll still have me. I could never comprehend the thousands of emotions that must be beating through Elias's heart. Taylor is trying to say something, but I can't hear him.
My love. I want our happiness to thrive. Will you learn to love me, in joy and despair, until the end of time and beyond?
I will. I do. I'm trying not to stumble over my words, but I think I managed to choke them out correctly.
Then we are wed.
Look at Taylor. He's so grumpy. Oh, look. There's the ring. Elias takes my hand, fingers tracing the ring he slipped on my finger. He holds me close. He kisses my lips and I nearly faint again. But once this kiss is over, I'm awake, alive, staring deeply into my husband's eyes.
It is done, my love.
We're married to a ghost!
Now, shall we elope on our honeymoon?
Oh, how, I have questions. How's our, honeymoon gonna go?
Taylor, my dear medium, I ask you to help us see the world.
It's like, hey, Taylor, you wanna, take me and my, ghost husband on, some trips? Huh? You know?
We can revolutionize your ghost club. We can change humanity.
Oh.
And I know my love appreciates all that you've done for them.
It's true. I turn to face Taylor, who's extremely interested in the floor all of a sudden, a crimson blush tinging his cheeks. Taylor, maybe I would have dated you if you would have asked me. I think it's too late now. It's very too late. We're married. If you liked it, you should have put a ring on it. But you've always been a good friend, and I have always cherished you. If I didn't, I'd never come to this mansion.
I shouldn't have said anything.
No, you shouldn't have. No, you should have. You care for me so much. I love you, Taylor. I hope you can understand how. I put a hand on his shoulder and lean in to give him a peck on the cheek. But I want to love Elias Gallagher too, and I'm ready to spend the rest of my life with him.
I don't want to be a third wheel. I'll go.
You're not. You know what? You and Elias, spend an hour getting to know each other. I'll take some time to myself. I could use a break. It's like, you're my best friend. You're my husband. You guys have to get along. You're gonna change the world, Taylor. I just know it. I wave to them both and step out of the ballroom. Wow, I kissed a ghost. And married a ghost. And fell in love with a ghost. And not 12 hours ago, I thought I was getting all gussied up for nothing. I rub Elias's ring, enjoying its embrace on my finger. It shined in the dim light as if it was a candle. And so, do I own this mansion now? Or partly own it? I guess so. We'll have to start thinking about repairs. But this isn't the world. This doesn't have to be the world. I walk through the halls, down the foyer, and step right out the front door. And the world is ready to greet me. I'm ready to greet it. The morning sun is beginning to peek over the horizon. I watch with contentment as it climbs into the sky, ready to light up the world around it. Soon, Elias and Taylor find me waiting for them outside. Everything hashed out?
Hashed?
Yeah, we've gotten to know each other. And we've come up with an idea.
Oh no, I'm
Yes.
scared.
I'm not particularly excited by the prospect of becoming a freak show to gawk at. But my flowers, those are another thing.
Ready to start a spectral florist shop?
Taylor, you bashed our ideas about ghostly flowers earlier, and now you're just like, hell yeah. We're gonna make a killing. Oh, absolutely.
What shall we call it? Gallagher's spectral exotic flowers and bouquets?
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
Hey, I get to have my name in there too. We're business partners now, after all.
I let the two boys bicker and rest my head on Elias's ethereal shoulder. It's gonna take some adjustment, but I can't help feeling as though everything is as it should be. Ending B, for love. Cool. That was a good ending. And, 2/3 of us are still alive. We're opening a flower shop. Oh, that's so good. Alright, so we've got 2 of the endings now. So, 2 endings left to go. So, are they gonna be bad endings? I'm gonna leave this part here, and we're gonna pop back next time to try to get our 3rd ending. Let me see. Yeah, there is 3 endings. No, there's 4 endings, oh my gosh. And we have the forever and the for love one. That means we've got 2 left. So, hopefully they're kind of okay endings too, and they're not like super bad. But, alright, thank you for joining me. If you like this part and you're looking forward to finding out the other endings, please let me know in the comments down below. Hearing your guys' feedbacks makes me excited to put out the next video. And as always, thank you for our Patreons who've been supporting the channel. If you're interested in becoming a Patreon and watching an exclusive Boys Love game playthrough, consider checking out my Patreon page. It's linked up in my banner, or they moved it to our About page, I think. Alright, everybody, remember, kiss your ghostly husband. And I'll see you next time. Bye!